Welcome to Premier Sports Talk. We are live in the studio, bringing you the sports talk show for the people. Let's dive in.
Welcome back, and I am your host, Double P, of Premier Sports Talk. And like I always like to say, if you didn't know, well, you were about to know. Day 3 of the Cleveland Browns training camp wrapped up yesterday, and I'm here to give you a premier drop. That's right, I'm here to give you a premier drop on what's going on, what's being spoken up there in Cleveland, and what the players is speaking out loud about Shedeur Sanders. Because the word coming back to me on Premier Sports Talk that I'm about to give to you on this drop is that Shedeur Sanders surgical, y'all. It's surgical. I'm telling you, he's surgical. And like I said, I'm your host, Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. And on this latest edition here, Day 3 of the Cleveland Browns minicamp wrapped up yesterday. Yeah, it wrapped up yesterday. And like my thumbnail says, it's getting surgical up there, y'all. It's getting surgical. I don't care what you may be hearing, but there's some positive things coming out of Cleveland. There are some positive things. I'm telling you. So the first thing I want to give everybody is, before we go into the clips, I'm going to break down what we're going to cover on this particular episode. I got some clips of Mason Graham, defensive tackle for the Cleveland Browns. He's slimmed down. He's looking good. He slimmed down so much that I think he got some Myles Garrett fever going on, because even though Myles Garrett's gone, Graham walking around up there shirtless like he's all cut up like Myles Garrett. No, that ain't happening. He got his shirt off. He's flexing, but he looking really good, and you about to see it. Also got a little small clip of Denzel Boston catching the ball from Shedeur Sanders. And boy, when you see these clips, these few clips of the Shedeur Sanders throwing up there of Day 3 of the minicamp, look at the precision that's on the ball. Look at the velocity, because it look a whole lot sharper and faster than Deshaun Watson. And like I always like to say, I don't put one man down for another man, but I need you to pay special attention to the velocity of the throws coming off of Shedeur Sanders' hand and the velocity of the balls coming off of Deshaun Watson's hand. And then I got another clip of Deshaun Watson throwing the ball. And then we got another clip of one of the rookies battling for position on the tight end side, in the tight end position. But what I need to give you is, before we go into these clips, is that, let me pull this one up. There are some premier showdown that I'm giving you on Premier Sports Talk. It ain't just about the critical QB battle that's going on. There's a battle for the center position. There's battles for wide receivers that's trying to make the team. We got some safety positions and some tight end positions. You know, nationally, the hottest ticket in town, I call the Cleveland Browns the new America's team, because there's more talk coming out of Cleveland in this upcoming training camp battle for QB1 than any news that we're hearing out of the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, Deshaun Watson's trying to make his way back, trying to make himself worthy of another team wanting him after this year. because he won't be right now. Now, unless he balls out and take him to the playoffs. Right now, Deshaun Watson won't be coming back next year for the Cleveland Browns. And then we heard out of the local media up there is how much Shedeur Sanders has improved, not only by the local beat reporters, but also by the general manager himself. They say he's closing the gap, and there's a fierce battle about to happen. But then in the center position, we got Parker Brailsford. He's a rookie coming out of the University of Alabama. And then we have the veteran Luke Whippler, but he's coming off an injury. So the veterans show up on this upcoming Tuesday, the 28th, and everybody gets out on the field on the 29th. And I'm so looking forward to seeing the new America's team, like I like to call them, the Dog Pound, with a new mindset, with a new culture, and with a new drive. Those hungry dogs, I think they're going to shock the NFL and every NFL fan this year, y'all. And every NFL fan. And then we got the first round draft pick, left tackle Spencer Fano. I don't think he's competing with anybody. He just got to stay healthy. I think he's going to shore up that left tackle spot. And then we got the slot and rotation wide receiver roles. Typically, teams only keep 6 wide receivers, and currently, the Browns wide receiver room got, I believe, 9 or 10 wide receivers on the current roster. Right now, somebody ain't making the team. Somebody will be going to the practice squad, and somebody will not be on the team at all. And I'm kind of concerned here because we saw Shedeur Sanders with Gage Lavadon last year, working out with him in Texas, working out with him wherever, he would agree to go help Shedeur Sanders and tightening up his skills throwing the ball, and Gage Lavadon catching the ball. And I think the only way Gage Lavadon, he's got a favorite spot with me. I only see him making the squad. Only see him making the squad on special teams. And he even got a fight to do that because Malachi Corey is really ahead of him. And then now we see here in the left-hand corner, the safety depth position. We got Emmanuel McNeil-Warren fighting for that third spot. Safety position. Got Donovan McMillan and Daniel Thomas. If they'll get the final roster spot. Because we got Tyson, the cornerback. We got Denzel Ward. It's real up there, y'all. It's real. I'm telling you it's real. It is real. The battle is real. So like I said, I am Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. And I'm about to give you the latest on what just occurred on the day 3 of the minicamp. I'm going to show these highlights. I'm going to let you hear from 92.3 The Fan and those that are actually been for Shedeur Sanders all along and how they feel. And then in the very end of this video, what I need you to do is hold tight because Shedeur Sanders, I'm going to play that clip at the very end. He got a word for all of us, letting you know how focused he is. So you just got to hold up, hold out, and hold on. So let me start sharing these clips with you all.
People keep asking me, like, what does Shedeur Sanders have to do to win the job? When you get asked that question, it's easy to lay out the things like, well, if he does this or he shows that he can read a defense, like whatever. But I'll be honest, like the more and more I thought about this, the more I've thought that Shedeur doesn't have to do anything extraordinary to me to win this job. Because as you know, I don't have a lot of confidence that Deshaun is going to be this good quarterback ever again. And I don't have a lot of confidence in him being the starting quarterback for this team. And Shedeur just felt more steady throughout the spring, where it was like he might have not had all the big eye-popping throws, but he was leading the offense. He was completing the passes. He was making the plays necessary. And he had a couple bad days in there. Everybody does. But I thought about it more and more, and I'm like, I think it's less about Shedeur having to come out and do anything other than what he's done to this point in terms of like proving that he's developed, proving that he's seen things clear, and executing the plays. I think it's more about what Deshaun has to do, because Deshaun has to convince everybody that like he's truly the better of the two quarterbacks. And by the way, the fact that Todd Monken wasn't ready to make a decision at the end of minicamp, I think is telling, because he wanted to. And I think in his mind, he probably thought like by the end of minicamp, Deshaun will have cemented himself and pulled away that I'll be able to name him the starter. And that didn't happen. So what does that say? That tells you like, yeah, Shedeur put in the work and closed the gap. But it also tells you that like Deshaun isn't probably performing to the level that they thought he was going to perform to. So to me, it's like, I think Shedeur just keeps doing what he's doing. I think I think that could be enough to win the job, because, and I don't think he has to do anything exceptional, extraordinary, because I don't think Deshaun is just going to like run away with this thing. And if it comes down to that, like, yeah, you might lean Shedeur in that scenario. So I think it's more about Deshaun having to do something extraordinary and proving like my experience, my running ability, my passing is back and my shoulder's fine, and I can make more of these incredible plays than Shedeur can, for him to win the job, than it is for Shedeur to do anything crazy special. I really do feel that way.
That's Spencer German. I'm loving what he said.
That program, because it's more about stacking good practices and being consistent versus having those one or two wild moments that might make it to social media, and then people make the choice to critique one way or another.
I'm loving what Spencer German, we first started up with this clip. Spencer German, he got his Locked On Browns podcast. He's a local, also beat reporter up there in Cleveland, definitely in the locker room. If you don't know, you're about to know. Like I always like to say, Spencer German definitely wants to see Shedeur Sanders be QB1. Earl the Pearl is 10 toes down for Shedeur Sanders. Also, tap into him on 92.3 The Fan. Tap into Earl the Pearl on the Ultimate 216 on YouTube. And like I said, Spencer German has his own podcast, Locked On Browns. He has daily episodes. All you got to do is look them up on YouTube. So next thing, I told you that Mason Graham was looking good, y'all. I told you Mason Graham was looking good. And I got to show you what this man is doing. I'm telling you, he looks good, y'all. He looks good. And I'm about to show you him. He slimmed down out of the University of Michigan. I believe he was the 4th or 5th overall draft pick last year. The man's looking good. The man is looking good. Look at him. I told you he's doing his Myles Garrett impersonation. Took his shirt off, slimmed down. Those are all the defensive lineman players right there working out with the defensive line coach. Looking good, looking good. I'm hoping you're enjoying this. Tell me in the comments, what do you think? And next, I gotta show you. Shedeur Sanders throwing to Denzel Boston. And like I said, I need you all to check out the velocity on the ball, y'all. Check out the velocity on the ball. And you tell me your thoughts, okay? I need you to tell me your thoughts. Look at that zip on the ball. Look at that zip on the ball. Look at him throwing in the tight spot. I need you to tell me what y'all think. Tell me what you think. Denzel Boston, man, he went in the second round, but a lot of people saying that he may be taking Jerry Judy's number 1 spot. Put Casey Concepcion on the slot. I think one of these young wide receivers that came out of this draft pick whether it be Denzel Boston right here, or whether it be KC Concepcion. One of them may be wide receiver number 1 before the end of the year. Y'all let me know. Matter of fact, Jerry Jeudy, this is an important year for Jerry Jeudy also because this is his last year of his contract. And if he don't ball out, I don't see Jerry Jeudy getting another contract with the Cleveland Browns. It's just my thoughts. Y'all can tell me what you think. Y'all can tell me what you think. Y'all let me know, y'all. Y'all let me know. Y'all gotta let me know. Now here we go. I made a comment earlier. This is Deshaun Watson. It's a nice tight spiral, but it's not the same velocity coming off the flick of the wrist. It's just not. And then what I noticed from day 1, day 2, and then this is the wrap up of day 3 of the rookie mini camp is, especially on day 1 and day 2, I see a lot of throws. The Cleveland Browns PR team is showing a lot of throws from Shedeur Sanders. And then we see in the background, if you watch the background scenery in these videos, I think they patient Deshaun Watson resting his arm. Because Mary Kay Cabot exposed some stuff, put some stuff out here in the social media streets, is that Watson in the beginning of the camp was looking so good, but then at the end of the optional training camps, he faded off and his throws wasn't as accurate. And even she said it, maybe he needs to rest and quit trying to work out so hard. But Deshaun Watson is fighting for his NFL career. And I'm going to repeat it again. It's a QB battle. I don't put one man down for another one. Shedeur Sanders already told us last year, in the midst of a football game, right before going into the locker room of a halftime game, he got interviewed. And he told him, give him a full off season. And Shedeur Sanders said, it gets dangerous. It gets dangerous. And then I got to show you my man here. He's fighting for a roster spot, but he looks decent, y'all. He looks decent. Look like it's locking up. They trying to say he ain't gonna get no roster spot. I don't know what's going on here. I apologize for that. I apologize for that, y'all. I apologize. But yeah, the Cleveland Browns media, the PR team, the public relations team, they're not putting out a lot of clips. But I do appreciate the clips that they're giving us. I appreciate the clips that they're giving us. I truly do. And this young man right here, I just love what he do. When he got interviewed by Apple Music, he said there's a lot of people depending on him. And he got his mindset back. He wasn't perform. He persevered in the crowds and the obstacles of last year. But most importantly, what he said, what makes him feel good is bringing hope to others. What makes him feel good is being a light in dark situations and bringing hope to the people in Cleveland. Alongside him saying that it's going to get dangerous. He said if you want to change your organization, go to strap him to your feet. Because he has a mindset. Not to just win QB1. He got a mindset to be the best person, best NFL quarterback can read, but he also said, this quarter to be legendary, to be one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. That's what he said. Double P hosts the premier sports talk, giving you this premier drop. I'll let you hear from 92.3 The Fan and how they feel about him. And then Shedeur Sanders has something he has to say to us all.
Why would I do all this if I didn't wholeheartedly believe I'm gonna be successful? The best thing I got throughout everything is a different perspective. And this perspective.
Did you hear? Let's hear it one more time.
If I didn't wholeheartedly believe I'm gonna be successful. The best thing I got throughout everything is a different perspective. And this perspective.
I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. And I hope you picked up what I put down. The veterans show up this Tuesday, the 28th of July. They all get on the field on the 29th of July. That's when the local media is allowed to go up to the facility in Berea. And if you 10 toes down for either Deshaun Watson or Shedeur Sanders, put a W2 in the chat for Shedeur. Put a W4 in the chat for Deshaun Watson. And just support the team. Throw your wrist up. Put 4 up. Red hope. Red joy. Because it's a new era in the land. And this hashtag New Cleveland, as this saying, is going worldwide. I'm going to be your host of Premier Sports Talk. Hit that like button. Drop your comments. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. And then you can also hit that hype button. Appreciate you all on the path of 4,500 subscribers. Become a part of the Premier Sports Talk family to have your seat reserved as a VIP, because each and every one of you who's already subscribed, I call you all my Premier Sports. We winning over here, you on the wrong side. You don't get it, you don't get it, let me emphasize. It's a new day, let me show you what it looks like. Throwing wrist up, get them higher than a pink kite. Praising the most high, go to the end zone. I'm Double P. I'll see you on the next one. And may your day be blessed. Haters know they can't stop the purpose placed in